Hello you guys, it's your girl Kimberly and welcome back to my channel for another video. It has been a very long time since I uploaded a video on my YouTube channel. I have just been going through the motions, you know. Today's video is gonna be an updated makeup routine. I have changed the way that I have been doing my makeup. I almost did a whole 360 on my whole makeup process. Like everything has just been toned down. You'll see when I show you guys like my makeup routine, but it's very different from when I used to do my makeup. I used to go in with everything: foundation, brows, eyeshadow, lipsticks, lashes, like the whole thing. I used to just go in. But lately, you know, I really stepped it back, really toned it down. My whole process is like different. You'll see. Hey guys, before I start my new updated makeup routine, I forget to mention that I start with eyeshadows first. I used to start with my eyebrows, but now I do my eyeshadow first. And so yeah, the next clip will be me doing my eyeshadow. Enjoy. This is like the thing that I use. I mean, I really like using the P. Louise base. And I'm just gonna put like a little dot on the eyelids, like so. And then I take like a sponge. It could be any sponge, but I really love these e.l.f. sponges. They're very affordable and they're really good quality. I have 3 of them. I love these sponges, and they're like purpley. They're like a purpley pink, which is like my favorite color. So yeah, I like these sponges a lot. And I'm just going to kind of like dab it all over the eyelid, like so. And then once I pretty much like dabbed it into the eyelid, then I'll go ahead and like kind of like push it around the whole eyelid up into the brow, and I'm done. That's it. That's how I prep for eyeshadow. Simple, easy, quick. So for eyeshadow, I'm gonna do something really simple, really easy. I have not been doing like super crazy like colors or super crazy creases or cut creases or anything like that. I've been keeping it pretty easy, pretty simple, and I can do, you know, pretty fast. I also have been using very little brushes. I have 2 brushes. I usually use like something along these lines. I'll have a flat brush so I can pack on color on my lid if I'm, you know, packing on some shimmer or metallics. I have a flat brush on hand, and then I have like a medium blending brush. Blend out my edges, blend out my crease, you know, whatever. A nice little medium sized blending brush. I always have that. And then I always have like a really small detail blending brush. So I need like a small brush to be able to like put color on my outer corners, maybe in the crease. You know, this is really good for like those really specific areas on the eye. I like to have this on hand. So these are my main 3 brushes that I like to use: a flat brush, a medium blending brush, and a really small detail blending brush. And those are like my 3 favorite kinds of brushes to use, my main ones. What I have been doing lately with my eyeshadows is my color shades. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Now this is for a simple, quick and fast eyeshadow look. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pack it on my outer half of my eyelid. I'm just going to pack that shade right on the outer, right there. And I'm gonna go back with my medium blending brush and kind of just diffuse the edges and whatnot. Just go over it. I go really nice and slow and take my time, you know. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back a little bit more, and I take it about halfway in the middle of your eye. And then I'll start doing the sweeping motion and just blend it, back and forth motions. Blend it into the crease here. Get in the edges here, all the way in the crease, right? See, that's better. And then we're gonna go back in with my medium blending brush and make sure everything's nice and blended. Okay, this is pretty much done. And then that's it, really. And then we'll do like a lid color. Pick up some of that color. I really like Aura. I use it a lot for this. And then I'm just gonna pack it on. Like so. You see that? Yep, that's what I want. And in the inner corner as well. And like you see, cute, simple. Switch back to my little small detail blending brush. And I'm just gonna blend those two shades together, nice and slow, back and forth, nice and slow. Just blend that edge between the two shades. Make sure everything is nice and, you know, blended together and whatnot. And there you go. That's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. I'm gonna do that off camera to save time. So I'll be right back, and when I come back, the other eye will be done. I really like doing like a shimmery, you know, lid. Yeah, let's do this. This would be kind of cute. Okay, so this is from the Cyber palette. It's called Y3K. That's the name of the shade that I'm gonna use. And I'm just gonna use my finger. I used to hate using my fingers, but it really does kind of help pack a punch when it comes to like metallics and shimmer eyeshadows. And then I'm gonna go back in with my flat brush and kind of just blend that as well. Just kind of blend the edge here. When I used to do my makeup before, I worked a lot in my crease, like a lot in the crease. But this time I just set my base with a light eyeshadow all over, and then I immediately went in the outer corners and just blended. And it's different, okay? It's different, and I've been doing this a lot. I've done this style before, like here and there, but now I'm fully into it. Okay, so once I'm done with the eyeshadow and whatnot, I go ahead and move into my foundation. I have been using this foundation, and I actually really like it quite a lot. The finish is a satin matte. Another thing that is really different about how I'm using foundations is I used to put like a pump, like one pump for one side and one pump for the other. Now I do like not even a full pump for my full face. So because that just helps from overusing too much foundation. I used to love just pumping that shit on my face. But lately I have just been using very little amount of foundation because I guess what I'm trying to achieve for foundation, the new goals for me for foundation, is to kind of cover up my like hyperpigmentation. So I want to even out my skin tone, but I don't have like a lot of like my face is pretty clear. Like I do have like a little bit like sun damage, like some freckles and whatnot, but I don't mind. Like I don't want to hide that stuff. Like I want you to be able to see it even with foundation. Like I said, I'm just trying to even out my tone, like the color. This is medium to full coverage, don't get me wrong. You can definitely build it up if you want that, but I don't. I just want something, you know, medium coverage, light to medium coverage, that just like kind of evens out my cheek area, which is why I only place product around the cheeks and very little. I'm gonna squirt some on my, oh, first of all, let me put on some primer. So I have this Touch and Soul No Pore Blem primer. A little bit goes a long way. And I'm just going to kind of dab it a little bit on the sides of the nose, like right here on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on the sides, and then like on the cheeks, and a little bit in between the brows, and a little bit on the forehead, just kind of like in the T-zone. Hello, what's going on? I take about that much. That's a decent amount. I'll take like a foundation like brush and I'll kind of like dab it. I'll dab it out before I blend it in. I'll just dab it everywhere. Dab, dab, dab. Under the neck here. And then now I'll start to blend it in. And then I'll just look in the mirror. Oh, it's just so fucking pretty. I wish you guys could like really see what I see, because it just looks so much better in person. Like, this is the type of makeup that looks really nice in real life. But like, ugh. It doesn't look heavy, okay? And you see, it's like a satin finish. You can see that it's not all the way matte. That's all you need for the forehead. And I think I've showed this on my channel before, but this is what I've been using. It's the Ciate, what is this? Yeah, Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder, and white powder, but it's very, like, very fine, like very, I don't know, very fine powder. Like, I don't know how to describe it. And I'll use a sponge. I'll like grab some, like dip it in there, use like the back of my hand, and I'll just kind of put it like right under my inner corner to like brighten that area up. Just, I don't know if it's doing something. I think it is, at least for me. I think it does something. Just kind of let it sit there, you know. Bronzering, is that even a word? Bronzering. No, we're gonna move on to bronzer. And well, we could do the brows if you wanted to, because we're done with the eyes basically, so you could do the brows. Let's go ahead and do the brows. The reason that I stopped doing my brows like at first, like making the, like doing my brows first, the reason I stopped doing that what am I trying to say? Like, let me just, give me a minute. When you do your eyebrows first, you really get obsessed and overly focused on making them as symmetrical as possible. You really get like fixated, and you really get like obsessed with your brows when you do them first and you don't have any makeup on. And then if you do that, they're too dark if you do them first. In my opinion, that was like my problem, that because I did my eyebrows first, I just did them, I overdid them, and so I overfilled them. I made them too dark. I made them too like just too like unnatural. And so when I started doing this, where I did my eyeshadow and then did my foundation and then thought about, you know, doing the brows, that helped me. And another thing too, when you do your eyebrows first and then you put on your foundation, your eyebrows kind of like lose that shape that you created for your brows, because, you know, you were putting on foundation, and sometimes you get the foundation in your brows and it like messes up your brows. I was having that problem too, where like I would do my brows first and then my eyeshadow, and then I would put on foundation, and the foundation would kind of ruin my brows. So I wait until after I put on my foundation and did my eyeshadow and then do the brows. That way nothing is gonna mess up my brows because everything else is done, you know what I mean? And on top of that, I won't overfill them or make them too dark or do too much with them. I'll just like brush them up, kind of brush them in place and see like what the shape is like. And then my main focus is arches, because my arches are not like the arch in the tail, especially this side needs a little bit like of some definition. This one not so much. This one's pretty okay. So those are like my main areas that I focus on, is the arch, the tail, and then like the beginning of the brow. And then I lightly fill. Lately I've been doing that flick motion. I don't know if it's doing anything for me or whatever, but I've just been, I mean, it makes the it makes it so that you don't overfill your brows and make them too dark. If rather than just like doing the lines, you just kind of like flick it in there. It helps prevent from like making your brows too crazy looking. Let me just kind of blend it right here. Yeah. And then we're gonna leave that brow. This one's the one that needs more help. If anything, my advice to you is to start off with the brow that gives you the most trouble and just try and get that out the way, and then do the easier brow. Because you see, this is my easy brow. I just had to do a little bit in the front and then done. This one I had to take a lot more time with because it's just like a whole different shape. So yeah, it's a struggle. We're gonna move on to like bronzer. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with the Kylie. This one's in khaki, and it says it's a bronzing powder. Like, I was taking a nap and I had a dream and I had a dream about the Kardashians, and like they invited a bunch of girls, like they invited a bunch of people over like to their house or something, I guess. And I guess we were like staying there for like a little while because there was like activities planned out and like spa stuff. Like, I remember dreaming about being with the Kardashians, with specifically Kim and Kanye, and like we were shopping for clothes. Well, first of all, okay, it's so weird. It's like it was like some type of like celebrity boot camp that was being hosted by Kim and Kanye. And I was there. And I remember like getting there in my dream, and like everybody was in one room with like beds, a big ass room, like a living room or something, with a bunch of mattresses, and everyone went and picked, you know, where they were going to be sleeping while they were staying there. I remember that there wasn't enough beds for everybody, and I was one of the people that wasn't able to get a bed. So Kim was like really nice, like trying to find me somewhere to like sleep, like where I can sleep and stuff. She was just, and it was basically a lot of walking and me following her and her talking to like people, like trying to figure out, oh, do we have any extra mattresses, or talking to like her assistants, or you know, whatever. And then on top of that, they lost my luggage. Like the airport, I guess, lost my freaking luggage. And so they lost my luggage, and so basically I didn't have freaking clothes or anything like to change into or whatever. And I just felt really like out of place. It was a really trippy dream. Like, it actually wasn't even a good dream. It was kind of like a bad dream. It really was a bad dream because so I don't have a bed to sleep on. I don't have any clothes, like clean clothes or fresh clothes, nothing like that, because they freaking lost my luggage. They lost my purse. I don't know how I lost my purse, but I didn't have no money. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have anything. I was literally like nobody, with no clothes, no money, nothing. And then on top of that, I think it was like the next day, I was feeling really like just not good about everything that happened. The lady that was doing waxes, she came up to me and she's like, okay, it's your turn, come on, let's go get you waxed or whatever. And she was very like, I don't know how to explain, but her attitude was just not like, I didn't like it. But then I don't follow her because I'm trying to ask her, like, wait a minute, can you wax my legs, because I need my legs waxed too. And she like straight up said, no, we're only doing I'm only doing, you know, bikini waxes or Brazilians. So she's like, do you want a wax or not? I'm like, yeah, I want a wax. Can I get like a bikini wax? And she was like, no, you have to get Brazilian, only Brazilian. So I ended up not getting wax. I'm like, forget it, I don't want to get waxed then. I don't want no wax. And she's like, whatever, and like kind of like walked away. So that happened. And then, so everybody's finished, you know, having their little spa moment, you know, getting their waxes and their facials and whatever. And of course they're feeling good because they just been freshly waxed, and now they're about to go to the pool and show off. And it was like at Kim's place or whatever. So Kim and Kanye are there, you know, just kind of like socializing with everybody around the pool, you know. Some people are in the pool swimming or whatever. And I'm just feeling super just like out of place. Especially because I didn't get waxed. I'm hairy. I'm fucking hairy, and I'm wearing a bathing suit, and I need my legs waxed, and I wanted a bikini wax and didn't get it, and I just feel like super not good. And at that point I was like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to Kim and tell her that I just want to go home. Just fuck this whole thing. I just want to go home. Like, I was having a bad dream. That was a bad night. I'm surprised I didn't wake up like feeling shitty about myself. I'm surprised I didn't wake up feeling ugly after that dream. Okay, anyway. Okay, and the way that I had been putting on lipstick is I just kind of like put some on the bottom, put some on the top like that, and I use my finger. And I kind of just like, you know, put it all over the lips. And I'm gonna put a little bit of the Lip Stories #1. I'm gonna mix it in there and see how that looks. It's like this like light shade here. Yeah, that's better. It's like it changed it into a nude. Okay, now we can do the other eye. I'm gonna go in with the shade Ghost Town that we used all over the eye. Okay, you guys, that's my updated makeup routine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.